Yes, yes. Welcome in again, everyone. It's the One Burner Bachelor. Maybe you can hear that sound. That's the last little bit of water steaming out of our casserole pan today. We used this one other time to make a casserole, and we ended up actually making a stew because things didn't get thick enough. So today, I'm going to do something a little different. Angelo's here ready to watch the action. One of the requests, one of the suggestions I had was, what about an episode start to finish? Not real short, not real long, but maybe something that you could we could cook along with by chance, of course, if we knew the recipe and the ingredients ahead of time. So we're going to try that today. It's going to be a nice big jambalaya, sort of, but it's just going to be called the Bachelor's Brew or the Bachelor's something, because it's going to be a combination of many, many things that I like and that I've used. And as long as you like them, so what if you mix them all together, if they're not usually mixed together? If you like them, mix them together. So I'm going to show you the ingredients that we're using, and then after that it's going to be the only time I pause it, just in case you want to check out a different video because you want to go shopping for the ingredients. And you could actually do it along with me the first time you watch it. Or you could watch it once, see if it's something you want to make, then invest in the ingredients. But here's the fun part about the ingredients, and let's get to them. All right, so in my sink I have them right now. A $1 Michelina Salisbury steak, 90 cents there, these were on sale for. The beef and peppers with rice, the Zappum's mac and cheese, and the spicy chicken Alfredo. I also grabbed a bag of frozen mixed vegetables and a bag of frozen corn. And as I've thought about it, I'm going to add just the mixed vegetables with the rice first, because I have a couple of other starches going in there, and I don't want the corn and the starches to take over the dish. And the only thing I have to and had to prep ahead of time are these Johnsonville. I watched a couple of my videos. I've called them Jacksonville a few times. Not trying to be funny, but I did. And these are the New Orleans andouille recipe smoked sausage, made with 100% premium pork. I did cut those up, not lengthwise and quarter them, but I cut them 4 times, so I got 5 pieces out of each. There were 6 of them in there, so if my geography's right, I've got 30 good pieces of those to add. I was going to add the breakfast sausage to keep everything at $1 or $1.50, frozen, and just add. But something about jambalaya, that if you want to call it anything like that, needs some sausage and needs a little kick in it. So that's what we're doing. So $9.35. There is my receipt and my new wooden spoon and my new spatula. And like I said, things have just finished steaming out of our casserole dish. We still steam water out of that to make sure there's no bacteria in there. And when we come back, we're just going to start adding these ingredients, one after another, as quick as you could be doing it, watching it with me. All right, the One Burner Bachelor. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and there is nothing in that pan right now at all. It's all steamed out. So the first thing we're going to add is our mixed vegetables with the rice. And we've learned before that the reason we need no water in the bottom of our casserole dish to get things started is the frozen items we're adding are going to release the liquid, the water that froze them. So there's the first thing in there. We're going to crank the heat up. Move our spatula, and we're just going to start grabbing things in the order I think we should add them. I'm going to try to keep my phone on the dish. First thing, right from frozen, to add some cheese flavor and some pasta and some starch to get things going. Get my receipt out of the way there. Is the mac and cheese. Get that right there on the heat. Let that start doing its thing. Okay, I'm going to switch hands with the camera now. Now, I'm obviously a little bit slower at this because I haven't done it this way yet. So the macaroni and cheese is in there. Now, to add a beef and some gravy flavor and some starch, that's the Salisbury steak, frozen with the mashed potatoes. Wow, that's flavor, that's starch, that's beef. Next, right on top of that, is going the spicy chicken Alfredo. How is this all ever going to get hot enough in this pan? Oh, it is. And it's already starting to steam now. And the reason we don't have any water in it to help it start steaming is because of all the juices that these frozen dishes are going to release. So we're going to go with those for now. There are the beef and peppers we haven't added yet, or the sausage. We're going to let things get going here in the pan. See, and this is where my inexperience of going right through and not pausing at all isn't going to work, because I'm not going to try to bore anybody or tell anybody a long 5 or 6 minute story. Wow. These things we start from frozen, which we like to do, take their time combining and rendering their flavors and turning this into the Bachelor's Brew or the Bachelor's something. If you guys come up with a name, that would be great. Okay, I'm going to pause it. When we come back, I could very well have this covered with aluminum foil to once again try to create the oven effect and move things along. All right, so much for doing the episode straight through, because we'll be back. All right. Okay, yes, we're back. The foil was on for 3 or 4 minutes. It has come off. And as we trusted, things have all started simmering and melting and releasing their water that froze them and melting together. It smells fabulous. But truth be told, there was not enough liquid in this casserole dish, even from the Salisbury steak and the mashed, and from the mac and cheese, and from the spicy chicken Alfredo that we added, and from the frozen vegetables. So I added I think that's an 8-ounce cup. I added another cup of water to that to get it bubbling again and just help it still simmer even more. We didn't want to add too much water to start, but we realized we did need some more. So one of the great things as doing this is you add what you need and just kind of make it happen. So I'm just going to pause real quick, because I already paused once and got away from the fluidness of this, which was my attempt this time on the One Burner Bachelor. Angelo isn't that concerned about it. He's still a big fan. So I am going to pause it now, and I'm going to just add the last 2 items, and then from there it's just going to be mix it around and let it rip. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Wow, the colors, the smell, the flavors that are all combining. That cup of water that I added, that we wanted to make sure things were juicy enough, has been easily swallowed up and used by the rice from the beef and peppers with rice. And that sausage is just starting to do its thing. You can see I didn't cut it the long way and quartered it. I just cut it in nice chunks. And I've decided what I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this Stone Stew. A story we read in one of my classes journeying through high school, junior high, was called Stone Soup. And the gist of it, if I remember correctly, was one of the less fortunate residents of the village. They seem to call a lot of those places villages back with those stories back in the day. Got a fire going and with a pot of rainwater on it, and had a stone next to it, and residents were walking by, or family of neighborly villages, saying, "What is it you're doing?" "Well, I'm going to make soup today, but all I have is this stone to put in the soup." And one of the first villagers said, "Oh, I have a garden. I have some carrots. I'll bring some carrots for you to put in that stew." And one by one, and one after, in that soup. And one by one, and one after another, as people were coming by and asking what was going on, and people were curious. Oh, someone had a few potatoes to bring. Someone had corn to bring. Someone had maybe some beef, or maybe something to bring. And everyone just added it to that pot of that boiling water that the resident of that village started with just a stone. And that was called Stone Soup. So we're going with Stone Stew. We just kind of added a bunch of things we like, a bunch of things together. Generosity is a good thing. We'll be able to talk about that another time. And somehow we've gone 10 minutes still, and we're going to run this start to finish, but I'll have to get a little better at the format of that. But Angelo's here. We're here with Stone Stew on the One Burner Bachelor. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.